Okay, it's not very hard. It's completely difficult to uh, convey to the persons, even yeah, convey it in the right way so people will accept and like. This is Vishnu Priya Gauranga, or Vishnu Priya and Nimai Pandit. Now, why would somebody have what looks like a bed? This is the wedding bed of Vishnu Priya Nimai. We gave it to them on their wedding day, celebrated it the 8th of December, 2022. That was the last day of Katyayani Vrat. And that's actually the day that's recognized by many in Radhakund as the day that they got married. So I was very happy to be able to do it in that way. I didn't know it was, but after some persons in Radhakund became aware of the wedding, they came and they told that this was the day of their wedding. So after they got married, they took the bed to their house. The wedding bed is a special bed that's made with very nicely, you know. So if one knows the activities of Nimai Pandit, he had at least 3 schools going. He was a teacher in 3 of the schools that he had. He was only around 18 at this time. They don't know the actual year of Vishnu Priya getting married, or being born actually, but they know it's on Vasant Panchami. But they feel that it's she's 10 years younger, or 10 years old when they get married. She may have been even older than that. It's very hard to tell. So now, on their wedding night, they spent the night right on that bed. They take it home. They have it in their house, Sachimata's house. Now, that is where everything was done. That was what was in their room, the bed. If Nimai came home and she was there, they would talk on the bed, exchange conversations on the bed, and perhaps even eat a little bit on the bed or on the floor in front. So the bed was like an essential part of their activities. So I know that there's deities, recognized deities of Vishnu Priya Gauranga, where they're either sitting down together or they're standing up together. And I know that Vishnu Priya and also Lakshmi Priya deities are standing up in the yoga pit, because that's where they were first introduced to our line. I say our line, Bhakti Siddhanta Bhakti Vinod and Gokishore Babaji, in the beginning of the 1900s, around 1899, to say the exact day. So from 1899 until about the passing of Bipin Bihari. Bipin Bihari was the introducer of Bhaktivinoda Thakur to this line of, this is actually the line of Vishnu Priya, and also Janava Devi. And of course, Janava Devi's adopted son, Ramai. They're considered the beginners of this line. hard to talk very fast, but and you can't really say everything. So this is why I wanted them to feel like they were in their place. They may have spent 4 years together, but 4 years together, at least 4, maybe even more, 5 years together, but at least 4 years together. The last year, on the 23rd year, was Nimai Nityananda Prabhu came into the scene also. But still, Nimai Pandit, he was coming back to his bed because it was so close to Srivas Pandit's house. Now, an interesting part, and there's an open question saying, why is Nityananda Prabhu found always in the house of Sachima? Well, Prabhu's, this is what he wanted to see. He never got to see Radha and Krishna together in the Vraj Leela. It was practically prohibited for him to see. But here, in this age, he was able to witness these two being together. Now that is significant. And it was even brought up by Vrindavan Das Thakur because he was not in the same mood as some Ras or Nikunja Leela with Gauranga. And I don't blame him because people mistreat that so much. So he actually got upset when Lochan Das talked about Nimai Pandit personally dressing Vishnu Priya in a very attractive way the day or the night that he left. And she knew he was going to leave. And Vishnu Priya even made a comment and said, "Who taught you all these arts of decoration?" So here we are. After that did happen, and after it was published by Lochan, and Vrindavan Das Thakur made a comment, his mother had to correct him. Narayani. Now we've got the man's side, and we've got the women's side, Nityananda Prabhu, and we've got Narayani, who's the mother of Vrindavan Das Thakur. They're both observing. This is incredible. They're observing these leelas of Nimai Pandit and Vishnu Priya. I don't actually know how, but they observed it. Because Narayani, she spoke to her son and said, Lochan Das has written the truth because I was there. And she was there almost constantly. She was there with Mother Sachi. So here we have Mother Sachi dressing Vishnu Priya. And how does she dress Vishnu Priya? It says she dressed Vishnu Priya in a very attractive way to attract her son because she wanted progeny. This is how she had dressed her daughter-in-law, Vishnu Priya. She wanted to obtain progeny, so she dressed her very attractively. It may not be Nikunja Leela, and we shouldn't even think of Nikunja Leela and Vraj as this similar. Don't mix them up. That you'll disturb them completely. This is Gauranga. Gauranga appears to Narottam Das Thakur in a dream, and he says that he is hiding in a storage place of rice. He is hiding to be installed with the other 5 pairs of deities. Now, when they say pairs of deities, we think a deity of Radha and Krishna separately, and another deity of Radha and Krishna separately. But in this time, still there was the influence that the deities were not separated. That was all the whole problem in Jaipur. The Sri Sampradaya was very strong. So he appeared as Gauranga Vallabha. This is the name he gave himself. So this is Vishnu Priya Gauranga. And Jiva Goswami, after some time, he made a statement that Vishnu Priya stands to the left of Gauranga. So then there was abilities to actually produce a deity. Of course, Rupa Goswami had produced the deities of Radha Govinda separately, and when they got taken to Jaipur, then there was a whole controversy, and that was Sri Sampradaya. Now, remember, Nimai Pandit is from Sri Sampradaya. His father is Jagannath Mishra. Vishnu Priya, she is from Sri Sampradaya. Her father is Sanatan Goswami, or Sanatan Mishra. So when Gauranga is talking about, when any student comes to his class and they are not wearing a tilak mark, he sends them out and makes bad comments about them. And that's even used nowadays to tell the devotees that you should wear your tilak, thinking Gauranga, or Gaudiya tilak. But he was actually mentioning Sri Sampradaya tilak. They are both like top Sri Sampradaya representatives. Top Sri Sampradaya representatives. Yeah. So that is why I've chosen this, because Nimai Pandit wanted to see, because Nityananda Prabhu, I'm not going to do the video over. Yeah, I just get too carried away. But Nityananda Prabhu, he wanted to see Nimai Pandit with Vishnu Priya. Narayani, Vrindavan Das Thakur's mother, wanted to see. Also, Sachima wanted to see. Now, this is the highest of all Leelas. This is Nikunja Leela, but in such a hidden way. So this hidden way should be respected. They have come to give, and it's necessary nowadays. It's just not necessary, it's really necessary. They have come to give support to families. They have come to give support to the families. This is the first worship that Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted done on the yoga pit. He wanted the installation of Vishnu Priya Gauranga and Lakshmi Priya. And that hall, that whole yoga pit, had the big sign, Vishnu Priya Gauranga Mandal. That was essential. And they did all the yagyas, the installations, and everything right there. You know, that went on for quite a while. It's almost 20 years it went on for. It's not a short time. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur left in 1914. And when Bipin Bihari left in 1919, and there's really no confirmation that he ever rejected, please think about it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur left in 1914. Why would a person in 1919 reject Bhaktivinoda Thakur? No. So and there's no real evidence. And the reason why I say that is because right after that so-called, it may be true, that so-called rejection came out, Bipin Bihari died. So very easy to make a cover-up. The person's gone, put a newspaper article out that he rejected Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's not sensible, and he was a very sensible person. So I hope somebody would like to also, put an input, because I don't know that much. But this is a very worshipful. Matter of fact, I would say this is my Kali Yuga safe worship. If you get rid of the Gaurangagaris, or you stay away from the Gaurangagaris, this is the safest way to worship deities. This is just so beautiful. Bhaktivinoda Thakur did say it's hidden, Golok Vrindavan Nikunja. So we keep it hidden. We keep everything in balance. He's Nimai Pandit. And for quite a while he was called arrogant Nimai Pandit. And she is Vishnu Priya. When he was to leave, he was so arrogant, and there were so many people against him, and he had defeated so many people, that he told Vishnu Priya, I cannot stay in this area. It will just wreak havoc. Why? Because he had been the arrogant Nimai Pandit, and all of a sudden he became a wild man for Harinam. Absolutely change from one side to the other. Or you could say changing from Ramanandis, because he is related with Ramanujacharya. So changing from Ramanandis, who are just interested in scripture and everything, to Sri Sampradaya, who like worship, who like festivals, who like gatherings and things like that. That's his mood. Completely changed over. And also, if one examines it, you've got Nimai Pandit, born in family, and around him, Dvaitacharya is a Mishra. He's Mishra. Also, Sri Sampradaya. So, he's around, all the way around him is Sri Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya. Then, at one point, which is just only when he was 23 years old, he's to leave when he was 24, but when he was 23 years old, he met Ishvara Puri, and that's what changed him completely. I have to say, you have to also realize that Ishvara Puri was the highest change, but the first change was Lakshmi Priya. Because Lakshmi Priya, when she was going to marry him, she says, I want to be one of your gopis. And this awoken something up in his heart. He wasn't able to figure out, but he opened up something in his heart. And then all of a sudden, when he's meeting with Srivas Pandit was like a stone throw away. His mother would call for him out the door from Srivas Pandit's house. So it's a stone throw away. You know, it wasn't across the Ganga River. So, you know, Srivas Pandit, he was looked at by Nimai the arrogant. Yeah, the arrogant Nimai. He would walk by with his students and say that they're unfounded people. They don't have any substantial evidence. They have no scriptural backups or anything, and they just rely on Harinam. That's what his attitude was. And of course, he said hi to Srivas Pandit many times. So one time, when he passed by, Srivas Pandit really invited him with a really strong desire for him to come. And then Nimai Pandit, as always, after being invited, he just shook his head and started walking. And then this time, Srivas Pandit says, "One day you will be with us." And Nimai Pandit says his heart stopped. That's when he was around 23. It's all developed, you know. So now, the point of this is Ishwara Puri is Madhavendra Puri's disciple, and he's from Madhvacharya. So now you got Sri Sampradaya, you got Madhva Sampradaya. It's incredible. And then, when he leaves the home, he goes and takes sannyas from Keshava Bharati with Ekadanda. And of course, the tilak that they wear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu united in a very tricky way. He united Sri Sampradaya with Madhva Sampradaya, with Sankaracharya's Sampradaya. He united it. And what is that? It's not just a key, it's the lock. What is that lock that put them all together? Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva. This is what he gave. He wasn't concerned about whether the person was Sri Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, or Sankaracharya's following. He wasn't concerned about that. And because he had been initiated in the Sankaracharya's, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in Puri accepted him very well, because he was also a follower of Sankaracharya. And also when he went to Benares, everybody accepted him very well, because he was known as a strict sannyasi. Not just a sannyasi, a strict sannyasi. Okay, shouldn't make this too long. Well, here they are. He united all the sampradayas. This is so important, this union of VISHNU PRIYA GAURANGA. There's many instances where the people would say that the sannyas, Krishna Chaitanya, that this sannyas is not really a sannyas. But why would they say that? Because when he appeared every day to Vishnu Priya, he appeared as Nimai Pandit would appear. When he appeared to Sachi Ma, he appeared like her son, Nimai Pandit. He wasn't the Vairagi sannyasi that strict Vairagi sannyasi that he appeared as in Puri. He was Nimai Pandit. At the same time, when his mother left this planet, at the same time he left. He left home when she was 80 years old, so she was more than 100 years old. Well, I just want to give some importance to this scene and how it feels to me so good. And I can identify it easily in this yuga that I am in. They are not so far back as Radha and Krishna. They're not so far back. They're pretty close to us. Yeah. So Vishnu Priya Gauranga. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your patience. And of course you can reach me at, I'll put my email down, and you can reach me at my email. Oh, if it upsets you, I'm sorry. But if it makes you feel good, I'm willing to hear both sides. Because it is, I don't feel like it's any risk at all with all these transhuman things and everything. This is no risk at all. This is no risk at all. Anyways, for me, this purifies all those people with all those strange ideas. Yeah, the transhumanism. Okay, so this is our protector, especially for a family. This is a family protector. Somebody can take a picture of them and put it in their house, and they'll see how that house changes just by having that picture in their house. These two will make the family so well together. Okay. Thank you very much. Haribol.